Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I have got a little bit of a different video for you. I don't have a recipe, but I do have a frequently asked questions video for you. A lot of you liked my 2-ingredient 2-step yogurt recipe. I will put a link to that right up there if you haven't seen it yet. But a lot of you had some follow-up questions regarding yogurt making, so I'm going to go ahead and answer those for you today. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I've got a list of questions here that I will be answering. The first one is, can I use other types of milk? So in my video, I used the West Soy plain unsweetened soy milk, which has just soy beans and water. And so a lot of people ask, can I use something else besides soy milk? I can't have soy, or I prefer coconut or almond, something like that. So you can use something other than soy, but it won't coagulate like soy does, because soy's got, just that protein or fat in it that just coagulates really well once it's cultured. So you can use another type of milk, like a coconut or an almond or an oat, and it'll culture, it'll get those probiotics, and it'll, turn that milk into yogurt tasting, but it won't be thick. So what people do is they add chia seeds to thicken it up. So you can have like a chia yogurt. So you can definitely try that if you don't want to use soy milk. Next question. Can I use whey as a starter? You can actually use a couple of different things as a starter for making yogurt at home. So you can use a couple scoops of store-bought yogurt, which has live and active cultures. You can use a couple of scoops of your previous batch of yogurt that you made. You can, once you strain out the whey, if you save the whey, you can use that as a starter for your next batch. Or you can actually use capsules. And I will put a link down below to the capsules that I use and I really like. So there's 4 different things that I know of. I don't know if there's any others. If you know of any others, leave them in the comments down below. But those are the 4 things that I know that you can use as a starter. Basically, all you're doing is you're introducing that bacteria, the probiotics, into the milk. And so you just need to get it started. And then when the conditions are right, when it's nice and warm, that bacteria will multiply and it creates yogurt. All right, next question. Can I use a yogurt with other ingredients as a starter? So a lot of people said that they can't find plain yogurt at their store. You can use pretty much anything that has live and active cultures. If it's a flavored yogurt like strawberry or vanilla, then your first batch may have a slight taste of whatever flavor your starter yogurt was. That's the only kind of caveat there. Let's see. Oh, can I use my regular pressure cooker? So no, you cannot. It would be way too hot. Basically, the yogurt function on the Instant Pot, it keeps the ambient temperature warm enough so that the cultures can multiply, and prevents it from being too cold where it would take days and days and days for these bacteria to multiply, and then you would just end up with moldy milk. So it keeps it warm enough. I'm not sure of the exact temperature. I suppose I could email the company and ask, but it's definitely not going to be any higher than 120 degrees, because that's when that's the temperature at which those bacteria are killed off. So I would say it probably keeps it at about 100 degrees. So your regular pressure cooker is going to get up to, I think pressure cookers get up to about 350 degrees or so. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember off the top of my head. But no, a regular pressure cooker is going to get way too hot. A rice maker is going to get way too hot. But what you can do, any yogurt maker, if you have anything that says it has a yogurt function, you can use that. People have also used their oven, so they'll heat it up to the very lowest temperature and then let it cool off down to about 100 degrees, and then leave the light on and put their yogurt in there to culture overnight, and that keeps it just kind of warm enough to let it culture. You can put it on the counter, like towards the back of your fridge. If your fridge lets off a little bit of heat, that should keep it warm enough. And if you live in an area where it's pretty warm, you can actually just leave it right out on your counter. I would put a little lid on it. Don't make it a tight fitting lid, but just a regular lid. Just to keep bugs or anything else out. What else? Oh, I have known some people that would put it in their crock pot, the inner liner of their crock pot, and then put a heating pad on low and then wrap it all up into a towel and keep it warm that way. So there's lots of different ways that you can kind of keep your milk and your culture warm enough to where it's going to culture that milk in about 12 hours or so. Let's see. Does straining get rid of the probiotics? It doesn't. So when you strain your yogurt, you're getting rid of, now in traditional yogurt it's called whey. So in cow's milk yogurt it's called whey. There's not really a good name for it for vegan yogurts, so people just use the term whey as well. So you're basically just getting rid of the liquid in the yogurt, and you're keeping the protein and fat, which is the thick part. So the whey, as well as the protein and the fat, have the cultures. So you're not getting rid of the cultures by straining it and making it a thicker yogurt. And then both the whey and your yogurt are going to have those beneficial probiotics. So if you saw in my last video, I actually fed the whey to my dog because she loves it. So do I need to sanitize my jars? So you don't necessarily need to sanitize your jars like you would if you were canning things for long-term storage, but you do need to have clean jars. So I basically just use ones that have just come out of the dishwasher that day or the day before, just to make sure that they're relatively clean. And you actually don't even, that was the next question. Somebody asked if they could put the milk straight into the inner liner pot on their Instant Pot. And yes, you can. You actually don't need to use jars. You can put the milk straight into your pot and culture it right in that inner liner. All right, that's all the questions that I got on my last video. If you have any additional questions about yogurt making, go ahead and leave them in the comments below, and I will try and answer them. If there's other viewers that know the answer, feel free to answer. If you're a viewer and you've got some tips and tricks for making homemade yogurt, leave those in the comments below. Always down to learn new things. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already a subscriber, click that little red subscribe button down below, along with the notification icon, so you don't miss any of my future videos. Specific items. They are vegan, so good to go. If you have any additional questions regarding yogurt making, or any tips or tricks, a lot of they were asked actually multiple times, so it's not just you know, there's no stupid. Okay.